I can't find the expander right now. It's buried in one of these, I'm sure. Hi, this is Audioheads, and we're with Geeks Assembled. Yeah, we are. And today we're doing another Sarah Jane adventure called Ghost Town. And there's a little bit of kismet involved with today. Seeing as how what's on my telly is actually called Ghost Town right now. And so yeah, it was a brave it was a brave new world in the quiet town, quiet village, with a radio antenna thingamabob gizmo from the CIA. Oh, come on. I'm gonna move up here and see if it stays. And this radio antenna thing is causing people to have hallucinations. And anyway, it's pretty intense and fun. And Sarah Jane and Josh are there. And Sarah Jane is like Sarah Jane Smith is like no, this is a really good this is a really good opportunity to just hang out and see an old friend. Sure it is. Sure it is. And so yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and pleasantly surprised at the technological results. But I'd like to find out what Lee thinks. Lee, what do you think? Opening thoughts, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid story. A standard story. It didn't really confuse or anything like that. I don't know why they set it in Romania though, because usually when you listen to audio adventures where they set it in a different country with the soundscape, you usually get the feeling that you are in that country.
Sure.
This just felt like it could have been in any old house, the dark end of London or somewhere in Edinburgh. It didn't feel like you had travelled with Sarah Jane across country to a different country. I just didn't get the foreign feel for this. The story was okay, but they just, I don't know, they didn't have that many foreign characters in this, did they?
No, there weren't. There were some Americans.
Americans, I think, well, I think maybe this is why they should have had a more
Romanians.
Romanian ethnic majority of the story should have been Romanians. Okay, yeah, it was a peace conference. That's why you had the Americans there as well. But I think that's what was missing out of this. It just didn't feel like it was set in a different country.
Yeah,
it's okay. Yeah, it's an audio story. Yeah, I know that. But if you want to be dragged into a story, you've got to make sure the listeners are feeling it right. And that's the one thing I didn't feel was right about this story. Everything else I was fine with.
yeah.
It was a pretty standard story. There was nothing complicated or anything confusing about it. Just we a couple of weeks ago we did do the Dow connection, which was a bit confusing here and there, and this one straightforward, simple story. I enjoyed it. It was good to hear Liz Sladen's husband in this playing.
There was Brian Miller.
Brian Miller was in this. He was playing Abbotley.
Oh wow.
And we also had Jack McElroy, played by Robert Jesek, who everybody knows as the voice of Frobisher.
Oh yeah.
And also, of course, he appeared in Battlefield as well. But, yeah. It was it started off as a sort of a supernatural ghost story, but then it came down to technology in the end.
Yeah.
As Josh kept saying, it was a Scooby-Doo thing. A Scooby-Doo thing.
It was a Scooby-Doo thing.
But yeah, Scooby-Doo thing. Yeah, I would say that's my opening thought. There, it's an enjoyable thing, but for me, it let me down. I just didn't feel like I was sat listening to something supposed to be in a different country.
Yeah, there was
Back to you, Sue.
There was a definite like Scooby-Doo like nod and mention, and yeah, that was fun. And then there was the Igor mention with Dimitri.
Yeah.
Like, come with me. And the way it was reverbed, it was properly like Young Frankenstein type,
Yeah.
or one of those spoofs on Frankenstein anyway. And so yeah, that was amusing and fun, and I mean it had humor in it because of the way that it was fitted together. There were lots of casual nods to peace summits along the way, and then you always you're always hearkening back to Pertwee's peace summits, and with the Day of the Daleks, and there were the other peace summits that they were supposedly involved with. Anyway, it was enjoyable. But that poor man Dimitri, though, he really had a hard time of it.
Yeah. He's
and I mean the fact that he didn't remember anything, the fact that he was like the only Romanian really in the piece, and he was homeless and lifeless, and
he was
so,
like a back character though, wasn't he? He wasn't. He was always not forefront. He was always in.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, so Sarah Jane's friend, who was in the house in Romania, she was a British lady, so it was interesting.
Yeah, as I say, it could have been set anywhere really.
It could have been set in
it just didn't have that feel.
In Yorkshire, for crying out loud.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? So
but
yeah.
I did like. I did like the little nod to the Canaan and Company story when she said she sold the house.
Oh yeah.
So the house she got in Canaan and Company, she sold the house under was it her nephew Brendan?
Yeah.
Was in Silicon Valley. The young kid out with his story. so
That's
there's
right.
little nods to that.
See, I don't really remember.
She sold the house from under his feet.
Yeah, I don't remember Canine Company very much, but yeah, they did mention that her nephew was in Silicon Valley, and like And then like I just thought that was like a cool way of connecting it to technology, because Silicon Valley was like the at that time was like the biggest place for, you know, web connectivity and stuff like that. So yeah, the thing that I was also I was noticing was that there was that they didn't have any real Romanian issues with Russia, and
Uh-huh.
that was part of it, wasn't it? You know, wasn't Romania part of the Warsaw Pact or something? Anyway,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So that was like an interesting way around. Anyway, um, but the ghost ended up being sort of a low a low end wave generator.
Through the radio, the old style radios.
Yeah,
Yeah, which really that came out of the blue from that came out of nowhere. That at the end.
yeah,
I mean, there was no clues whatsoever for that.
no,
That's,
no,
yeah, you think if there was through the drama there might have a few hints and a few clues there, but no, it was just near the end, and oh right, so he was doing it through the radios,
yeah,
right? So yeah, I would have liked a bit more. I don't know if it was who wrote this. Let me have a look. Rupert Late, written by Rupert Late. Never heard of him.
yep.
I don't think he's done any more.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a standard story, but there was just a few niggles here and there for me.
Yeah, and so it also said that Joshua had never been flying or never enjoyed it or something.
Yeah, he wasn't a fan of flying.
And they were like, and Sarah Jane's like, well, we can't go on by boat because it's landlocked.
Yeah,
And I was like, no, you can always take off from Varna, Romania, just like Dracula. You can get to England via boat. You can.
it would. Yes, but it would take a while.
It does, but you know, you go through the Gibraltar and then
Yeah,
cross the Mediterranean and then up into.
but they needed to be there for. Well, they didn't go there for the peace conference, did they?
No, they went to visit.
Went to visit, but so the peace conference was just a coincidence.
Yeah, just like the movie Ghost Town
Yeah.
on my telly. It's just a coincidence. I don't think so. I think it's all pre-written.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, the title of the story, Ghost Town.
yeah,
It doesn't.
there was just two houses that were ghostly, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a town because there was in a village.
Yeah,
If I remember rightly, so it wasn't a town. And yeah, the title's a bit misleading.
yeah.
So this is all going to come down to my scoring at the end,
I know, I know.
uh,
Yeah. All right. Well, favorite moments?
um, I did. As I said, I did like the humor. The humor was good in this. Um, Josh and Sarah Jane do work well off each other.
Yeah.
Um, as I said, the Scooby-Doo remarks are quite funny. The and also the, what do you call it? The hallucinations,
Yep.
when they started to happen, they were good. You know, when it was affecting Sarah Jane and like that, through in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
two or three in the morning. That was really well done. Yeah, it was just a shame. As I say, you don't get the feel of Romania from this. But apart from that, I still enjoyed it. You know, I can't bash it that much. But we'll see in my score.
Yeah. I I thought the middle of the night, Sarah Jane waking up, freaking out was great. I thought that the, you know, Josh at the pub meeting the somebody random, the American couple was great. I thought that um I thought that uh the fact that Sarah Jane figured out really what was happening, that it was a technology, was inspired. I just think so highly of her. She's just such a great character. Oh my gosh.
One of the best characters from that TV series. What nobody can ever remember.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. That one.
That one, yeah.
The prequel to K9 and Company that
That's
you
the one.
mentioned.
K9 and Company. That was the show. So
So yeah, I think that they were they were really effective in doing in making this the story. Um, I liked all the intrigue with the British agent who ended up being CIA. You know, Christian something something. His name said who he was. That was pretty cool. Let's see. I like the bit where where Dimitri is sort of decompressing and trying to remember stuff, and he's starting to remember things,
yeah,
and she's like, no, 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 just relax. The doctor said it would be a while.
yeah.
Um, it was there was some compassion for him and some sensibility that he was really really hurt, and that's amazing. But um, and so yeah, those are my favorite moments. Let's see. Do you want to mention the cast?
So we've got you've got Elizabeth Sladen, you know, as we all love her. Yolanda, Ingrid Adams. I mean, she was just a batty old retired friend of Sarah Jane from back
Yep.
in the reporting days. We've got Abbott Lee, played by Brian Miller. Really well played there. Because of course he was married to Liz Sladen. Josh, you've got Jeremy James. He's always good in anything he's. I mean, he hasn't been in Big Finish for quite a while as Jeremy James, but in the early days he was always being used.
Yep.
I would say Robert Majezek, Elizabeth Faulkner, who played Candy, who got got you know died in this, through the technology, of course.
Yeah.
Professor Verdansky or Dimitri was Mark Donovan, which I think Mark Donovan's been in the last couple of Sarah Jane's playing different characters.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
and
right.
that was the cast. I
Yeah.
can't fault the cast at all.
And who was it directed by?
It was directed by Mr. Gary Russell.
All right. Yeah. Well, doesn't he direct most of these then? Hasn't he directed all of the ones that we've watched or listened to so far?
Yes, he has up to now. I mean, this is what the fourth one.
Yeah.
He's done all four up to now.
Anyway, he did a really great job. So, what would you rate this this spooky tale out of 10, Lee? And what do your finals say?
Well, if you want to just sit back, relax, and enjoy a standard story, listen to Ghost Town. It's only about 50 minutes long. If that. I think this is one of the shortest we've listened to from the other three. I mean, a few niggles. I just don't get the feel of traveling to Romania, and there should have had more Romanians in the story, or the soundscape should have sounded like they were out there, but it didn't, because it was in the house. It was in the so it could have been any spooky mansion anywhere. And so the title's a bit misleading, but apart from that, I'm gonna give this a 7.5 wirelesses out of 10.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's just those few niggles has knocked the thing is down a bit, but it's still an enjoyable drama.
Yeah, I'll start at that 7.5, and I will raise it a whole point, because each of those references to Young Frankenstein and to Scooby Doo gets a where we add humor in, brings it up. I love that there's so much humor in these things. It really is delightful.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that Brian Miller is the only one left to be in who's the most recent member of Doctor Who's cast. He was with Capaldi. So yeah, that's something amazing. And then there's also, the fact that Sadie is stepping up and taking her mother's role and doing a damn good job of it, actually.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So I'm just I'm enjoying these, and so I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. And so let's see, what do we want to do in a couple of weeks?
I don't know. Do you want to do? I mean, we have done series 1 of Jago and Lightfoot, haven't we?
Yeah.
You want to do series 2?
Yeah.
Should we go for series 2? You can do that if you want.
Let me double check that. Yeah. That would be great. So stay tuned in a fortnight. We'll do series 2 of Jago and Lightfoot.
That'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
it's a bit of a long listen. It's like 4 hours long, but
We have done it before with series 1. We've got nothing better to do.
that's true. All right. Well, so that's settled, and we'll just stay with companions of the Fourth Doctor and just surround ourselves with it, like that whole thing. And
No, I didn't think of that connection then.
yeah, and and thank you for watching. Stay tuned as as soon as uh as soon as Lee posts this, you'll also be seeing our weekend work, and we're doing Doctor Who and the Faceless Ones, and then we're also doing um, the Watchmen,
Mhm.
the Marvel, are
It's DC.
DC. Okay, sorry.
Get it right.
I know. Sorry. Jeez. The
I don't want
DC.
hate letters. I do not want hate letters.
All right. No 8 letters. Anyway, they're probably watching this for Sarah Jane anyway.
Oh, yes.
And did you know that there's a character in a Philippine called Sarah Jane? Who, anyway, one of my Sarah Jane groups just got overrun by her fans, and you know, it's nothing to do with our Sarah Jane.
Oh,
Anyway, it's quite amusing. From the television service Teleseri. Anyway, funny. Thanks for watching our podcast. Thanks, Lee, for joining me.
yeah. No.
Subscribe to our channel. It's really important. And hit the bell,
Ding.
wherever the bell is
Yeah.
down there. And you can hear a ding, and you'll get notifications whenever we drop a podcast on you. And it's all geeky all the time, and yeah, so follow us on follow Lee on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and I will be doing some maybe some remixes of these on my Twitch channel. I don't know. Who knows? And also join our Facebook group, because we'd love to have you interact with Lee and support him. And
Yeah, also as well on your Twitch channel, you do also do geeky stuff, because I have seen you doing was it tacos?
yeah, well, that's a different one. That's a whole different one.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I've just seen you doing tacos as well.
yeah. I have two Twitches. So one is science fiction and politics and stuff like that, and one is definitely all to do with right now to do with cooking. It's fun. Anyway, and but enough about that. And we also have Lee has an Instagram which he posts everything on, and we have a Twitter account, and so follow us on Twitter, and yeah, and watch our videos a lot. The more views we get, the better.
Yes, it's slow world domination. That's what we plan.
Slow world domination. Yes, quite. Anyway, thank you, and have a great day. A ghostly day.
Oh,
I fade out into nothingness. as you hallucinate that you ever listen to it, ever listening to us, ever watching us.
Mm,
I don't know.
no.
Ta-ra.
Bye bye.